Hello, welcome to Danger Snacks. I'm Karen Mangiacotti, and today on Danger Snacks, my Planned Parenthood story. In the mid-1990s, Planned Parenthood was a crazy place. An anti-abortion activist had gunned down the Brookline, Massachusetts Planned Parenthood office, killing 2 and injuring many more. Anti-abortion protests were plentiful, and they would often shut down the entire street. I was living in the middle of it all. Every day, the angry mob of protesters held up huge posters of charred and mangled fetuses. Because of the recent killings, the city had posted an officer right outside of Planned Parenthood, and I walked up to the officer, asking him if he could please enforce some dignity. This was a public place. I had to walk by it every day. So did kids on their way to school. And please, could he ask them to take down these posters? The officer just looked at me and kind of rolled his eyes and said, "Free speech." So I stepped into a convenience store, purchased a Hustler magazine, and rear-merged into the mob, holding up an open centerfold. It was a well-groomed, totally in-your-face close-up, and I held it over my head with the protesters. The protesters, confused and angry about human biology, skittled away from me, trying to create some distance. Of course, I followed. The officer followed too. "Hey lady, drop the Hustler magazine!" Of course, I didn't. I simply said, "Free speech!" The officer retreated to his vehicle, picked up his radio for a few minutes, and returned. This time, he asked everyone to leave, and the protesters and their horrific-looking posters were never a problem for me again. Free speech indeed. But what does it say about our society that pictures of a healthy-looking vagina are scarier than pictures of mutilation? What does it say that anti-abortion activists have law enforcement officials so tightly grasped by the balls that grip in itself could probably serve as birth control? And how can we be so fervently obsessed with controlling a woman's womb, but when a happy vagina pops on the scene, everybody runs away? I don't know the answers to these questions, but I'm clearly not above exploiting the fear of the vagina. Vagina fear is real. In fact, if you ever want to clear out a room, just bring up your fully functioning uterus. I suppose I can understand how a police officer would be totally cool with horrific, bloody images intended to incite outrage, but get his pennies in a bunch over a fully grown woman's immaculately groomed vagina. I mean, really, I'm talking precision landing strip here, people. Impressive, but I digress. What I don't understand is why the protesters were at Planned Parenthood anyway. Abortion is legal, and at Planned Parenthood, it is safe. If you want it to become illegal, then you protest the State House, not a healthcare facility. Look, I don't see the people who are interested in comprehensive gun reform standing outside of gun stores or Walmart with horrific images of children gunned down in their schools. That wouldn't make any sense. It's almost as if the protesters at Planned Parenthood were getting off at frightening and intimidating women who were at a vulnerable time in their lives. Were these protesters actually trying to flaunt their power over women who were seeking safe, legal, affordable health care services? In fact, after the murders that occurred at Planned Parenthood, it almost seems as if saving lives was not as important to these protesters as just keeping women in their place. It is hard to climb the corporate ladder and challenge those at the top, or start a revolution, or really even film YouTube videos when you are raising small children. This is all a lot to think about. But one thing is certain. If you want to scare those people who think that women shouldn't have jurisdiction over their own bodies, scare them with vaginas. Lots of them running free and wild, stampeding across the plains. The word is out, people. Spread it like a centerfold.